boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker hot stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Absolutely. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. Smash that like button. Like and share the video. Do what it is or whatever it is you do. Smash the dislike button. Troll up. Whatever it is you do, do it. While I'm talking boxing, you're here, you're thoroughly entertained, so it makes no difference to me. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I got a question for y'all this morning. Why wait? Because I'm going to show you the price. And you're made to wait. Some of you have been conditioned. Some of you have been conditioned. You've been made to wait. So you think waiting is the thing to do. So you, by now, in this day and age, you contribute to waiting. I'll explain in a second. Shawa, salute, my sis. Stormy B-Man in the building. Mel Lane. Young Abel, salute. Dow Big G. Todd Swindle. Robert Singleton. G. McCall. BFTB in the building. What's good? Chilltown Majors. Cameron, salute, sis. True Boxing Night. What's going on? Shogun. The Audacity Podcast in the building. Jeff Spark. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Jamal, what up? Let's get to it. We have, as fans, have been conditioned. Well, some of us, not me. And I know when the transition happened. Let me give you a story, not a story, but an analogy that was explained to me about training. Being trained. You get trained through repetition. You do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again to the point where it becomes second nature. Okay? We'll put this meme back up in a second. We become conditioned. And if I miss you in the chats, know that I love you, man. I just need to cook because I got things to do this morning. So we're conditioned. You go to the zoo. You see a big old elephant. And you're like, whoa, this thing could just move around. And it's tied up by the ankle by a little string and a stick in the ground. You're like, that can't hold this giant. And the trainer says, yes, it can. Why? Because when he was a baby, I had a big old spike chain on that foot. And every time the baby tried to walk off, that spike chain would get him. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, he's not moving. When he feels something around his ankle, he don't move. He's been conditioned. Unique Dawn, salute. And that's just an example. You train dogs, right? General trains dogs, right? Okay. Shaquilla, what's going on? It's called conditioning. That's why I say these fans today are not what I'm used to. And that's what it is. It's like today, there's a lot of things the characteristics, there's a lot of things. Sam Mack, what's good? There's a lot of things that I see like in the dating, the dating pool today. I'm like, what is going on? And these kids are actually contacting each other on DMs and Facebook Messenger. And I'm like, I come from an era where I actually had to get up and take a shower, right? You know, get groomed up and go out and actually shake some hands and meet some ladies. That's the era I came from. Stranger danger. You're meeting these people online and then, they look nothing like, They got all kinds of filters. This thing with AI and voiceovers is unlike anything I've ever seen. We're living in Star Trek right now. Y'all won't know because y'all kids are growing up. This is normal for y'all. I'm telling y'all, when I was a kid, this was just things that was fantasy. To me, it was. Rod, what up? So now, it's like that in sports. You know, to get a super team on any NBA game that I played growing up, whether it was live or 2K when that first came out, you throw all the rock stars on one team. That was a super team. But that was like, man, this is only a video game. That can never happen. Miami Heat. It's really happening. Number 1 draft pick from the last 3 years, they all unite on one team where the weather's great. And they won away with championships for 2 or 3 years. Things like that can happen. Kevin Durant is a quality player. How many teams he's played on now? It's like, what's going on here? He's not trash. How's this happening? It's happening because he wants to. And there's no backlash. One of the craziest debates I've ever had on Facebook was about things like that. I said, the conversation was, and I swear this is all relevant, the conversation, Big Joe Townsend, salute, the conversation was, whose career would you rather have, Charles Barkley or Robert Ory? Now, was Robert Ory trash? Absolutely not. Absolutely. He had nerves of ice. He will shoot that rock with the game on the line, and he'll make it. Quality player. When he was a rookie with the Rockets, they beat up on the Knicks. You didn't know him and Sam Cassell were rookies when that happened. They were playing like they already had 10 years in the league. Robert Ory was a monster. So the question was, would you rather have Robert Ory's career and Charles Barkley? I said, to me, it's not even close. Why? Charles Barkley. And you know what the young kids were saying? Nah, Robert got how many chips? I said, yeah, he played for how many teams? He was a guy that was, when he was a free agent and you needed to fill a slot, CB Sports, salute. Dariusz, seen and unseen. What up? Tone, what up? Xavier, what up? He's the guy that if he was on a free agency list and you trying to make a championship run and you saw him there, you got to pick him up. But I was like, wait a minute. You never had a team built around him. I mean, for those of you kids that into this sort of thing, he never had a shoe deal or nothing like that. I mean, I don't care about that. It's not even close. Ain't Charles Barkley like a top 50 all-time player? And the kids was like, yo, man, but he ain't got no ring. I'm like, so what? He did much more on the floor. What kind of conversation? It's not even close. And you know what they kept talking about? Rings. So I said, wait a minute. Take Isha, what up? Slim Hussein, salute. Take Robert Ory and put him on the Sixers. What happens to the Sixers? Do they even do as good with Robert as they did with Charles? Charles was on the floor doing everything. What is... Played for 2 teams his entire career. How many teams did Robert play for? And I'm not disrespecting Robert. I was just saying, making a comparison. The question was asked, whose career would you have to have? And they kept saying Robert. And I noticed these kids, when I went to their profile, I'm talking to 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. Because they don't want to put in the work. They want the end result. Popping bottles, pouring champagne on your head. They don't care if you was on injured reserve and didn't play not 1 minute of the 82 games that you play in the regular season. They want to pop bottles. They just want to be around. And I told them back then, I said, you guys are real feminine. That's real feminine. You won't put in no work. You just want the end result. You know, like how they say these chicks don't want the dudes when they're coming up and trying to make something. They want to come back around They want to spin the block and come back 7 to 8 years later when he's a high value man. And now it's like, oh, okay, I'm ready. Huh? 8 years ago, you told me my breath stink and I need to lose my gut. Well, I lost the gut. My breath never stunk. You just being funny. And this mansion I have is mine. Those 2 cars are mine. And now you done gained weight. And who's that kid that looked like, you know, Fuquan in prison somewhere? That's his baby? And that not, wow. They want to be there for the celebration. Jermaine Jubilee, what up? Oh, okay, so that's when I realized we're having 2 different conversations. 2 different conversations. Raheem, what up? Oh, I know, Todd. I was wasting my time. No, Joe Townsend. I never said Big Shot was not. Listen, there's just no comparison. Him and Charles Barkley, a prime Charles Barkley. There's no comparison. My point was, Rob has always been in the right place at the right time. That's why he got so many chips. Charles was always having teams built around him. Watch this. Whose career would you rather have? Who would you rather be? Patrick Ewing or Luke Longley? Think about what I just asked you. Luke Longley got 3 chips. Patrick has 0. But Patrick Ewing, I believe he's a top 50 all-time player. Ain't nobody talking about no Luke Longley right now. He's not coaching anywhere. He went back down to Australia and he's wrestling alligators. Well, I don't know that, but whatever. Kamara, what up? But he's been blessed to be surrounded by the running of the Bulls. But my point is, we've been conditioned and these fans are different. I swear to God, when they announced Hearns versus Hagler, my father and my uncles were not sitting around talking about a purse split and venue and who's getting what. They were talking about who's going to win. I remember those arguments. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? A guy named Floyd Mayweather comes along and got everybody putting on their, their nerd glasses and pulling out calculators and let's see, if Floyd's doing this and, it's about $300 a seat for the middle row, take that and carry the 1. It's 3 cents for every kernel of popcorn. And, man, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up! Shut up! I get dizzy. I'm like, oh my God. But you want to know what the price of waiting does? You don't get fights. When you start talking about business that has nothing to do with you, everyone on this side of the spectrum, we should be like, I don't care about what y'all talking. Y'all know y'all got mouths to feed and, it's the hurt business and one punch you could change your career. You want to maximize your dollar, I get it. But work that out, please, so y'all can get in there and fight. Work it out, please. I'm out your business. LeBron, salute. I'm out your business. Work it out, because I'm sitting here saying, take my money. I might actually go to this fight, but all y'all, that's like dirty laundry. That's like a couple, us, in my opinion, talking about seat sales and things like that. That's like the fighting couple on your block. You know what he's doing, you know what she's doing, and they both messy. And every weekend they get drunk and they fighting in the street with each other. But you don't call the cops. Why? Because after the hour-long fight where they outside throwing irons and shit from the house at each other, what happens? They go back in the house and they bang it out. And it's over with. It's like, that's just a fighting couple. That's normal. This is messy. This is very messy. And I want you to look at this. Never happened. It never happened. Lennox put it on Riddick in the Olympics. It was the perfect time to run it back. What does he do? He throws a belt in the trash on international television. There's no coming back from that. The fight never happened. Riddick went on to be a legend in his own right, no matter how goofy his career was. Lennox went on to be one of the GOATs. But I'll ask you, whose career would you have rather have had if you had to pick one, Riddick or Lennox? It's not even close. It might appear to be close, but that's why I brought up the Charles Barkley-Ory thing. It's not even close. It's not close. JC, what up? Brother Cole, PGH, what up? It's not even close. And we respect Riddick, and some of us love Riddick, but Lennox, it's not even close. Especially since this brother threw his belt in the trash. What did we get from that? Nothing happened. Nothing. That's what we got. Nothing. Why didn't we get Aaron Pryor versus Sugar Ray Leonard? And this is not a trick question. There's a video of Aaron Pryor stepping to Sugar Ray, and Sugar Ray says, man, go sit down. Whatever, you know. All we know is that the fight never happened. We didn't get that. We didn't get that. Should have got it. Thank you, Stormy. Galata became Riddick's karma. You duck Lennox to get hit in your nuts by the uppercut from Poland. Come on, man. Why didn't we get Aaron Pryor versus Sugar Ray Leonard? I would have loved to have seen that. They had history. Whether you know it or not, they had history. Just go look it up. And you see what happens is when you take sides in this, you know what was happening back then? I'm sure there was certain people. Well, Sugar Ray ain't got to do that. Why not? Why not? Aaron Pryor invaded some sort of function, got on, and it wasn't nasty. He petitioned him for a fight, and Sugar Ray was like, "All right, man, yeah, go sit down." They were in two different weight classes. But Sugar Ray was, guess what? The A side. Aaron Pryor, rest in peace to the Hawk, had his own fan base, but they weren't in the right weight class. Mo G, what up? Some say Sugar Ray was supposed to set him straight. But there were a lot of Ray Leonard fans that were like, he ain't got to do it if he don't want to. In other words, it was, whew, I don't want to see him in there. And that's what we're dealing with today. A lot of y'all don't want to see your favorite fighter in the blender. That's why I'm sounding off on a lot of fights that could have happened, but they didn't. A lot of it was because of the fans. Some of it was because of business. Right? The fans, business, or the fighters. The craziest thing I heard fans say was, oh, no, that fight's not ready yet. Excuse me? No, let it marinate. Marinate? What are you, preparing chicken? Because you are chicken. What do you mean let it marinate? What do you care? I'm not on their payroll. I don't care. Fight. You never got Bowe versus Lewis. You didn't get Aaron Pryor versus Sugar Ray Leonard. What I'm saying about that situation is that fight could have happened if Sugar Ray wanted it to happen. And I'm sure there's a lot of business in between. I know that. But if Sugar Ray called for the fight would have happened. But if you want to say that's a bad example, that's cool. What about Roy Jones Jr. versus Dariusz Michalczewski? What about that? Roy said, I'm not going to Germany for them to rob me. Okay. Dariusz says, I'm not coming all the way to Vegas or Caesar's Palace to get my ass whooped. Fight never happened. But where was the pressure from both fan bases? This was before the social media era, and I was like, yo, make that fight. I think Roy beats everything. I don't give a damn about no Dariusz Michalczewski. They gassing him up over there. They like, come to Germany. Hell no. You know what y'all finna do. Y'all invented steroids. Come on, don't play with me. Yeah, Renzo. Run it. But there was no popular demand from the Germans. Go get him. Go get him. He didn't do it. The fight never happened. And guess what? HBO was trying to talk up Michalczewski. They were trying. They wanted that fight bad. But, oh well. We never got the fight, y'all. We never got the fight. So we'll never know. It's easy to say Roy beats him. But talk to a hardcore German fan. He'll probably tell you different. You know what he could say? He'd have did the same thing to Roy that Tony Otava did, or he did the same thing to Roy that Glenn Kampf Johnson did, or the other Russian cat did when Roy was completely over. Right? Or the Australian dude. We don't know. We could say the sexy thing is say, nah. That was before all of that. But it's an ongoing stupid debate because the fight never happened. Roy refused to go to Germany. I think that was a good move. And the German, nobody over here, and you know why? No one holds that over Roy's head. You know that, right? You know why? Because no one, you can't even spell Michalczewski's last name. Ain't nobody was checking for him over here. Roy was a worldwide star. Nobody was checking for him over there. Checking for him over here. Sidebar, which is why I said Jared Anderson should have ducked Martin Bakole. Nobody would have held it over his head because nobody was checking for him over here. That was a trap fight, and his team failed him, but whatever. So the real answer is we don't know what would have happened. We don't know. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Dariusz Gamboa versus Juanma Lopez. Remember that? Juanma Lopez, super cool with Felix Tito Trinidad. That's like his big brother. He was making noise. Juanma Lopez was making noise. Dariusz Gamboa was making noise. This is before he had to go up and fight Bud, y'all. Gamboa was that dude. Pablo, what up? Pablo Escobar in the building. Tony G, salute. Frank from the land. Anthony Ingram. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. What happened? They never, ever got to each other. The fight was right there. To this day, we don't know why the hell that fight never happened, man. Cuba versus Puerto Rico. The marketing was right there. You know there was a buzz for that fight in New York? There was a buzz for that fight. It was crazy because Miguel Cotto was the major face coming out of Puerto Rico at that time, right? But I heard, and I can't confirm any of this, I heard that Miguel and Trinidad didn't really like get along. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. But Juanma Lopez, you know, he was cool with him. Queen, salute. Chaos for Life Sports. What up? He was making noise, and he had the blessings of Felix Trinidad. So There was buzz for that Gamboa fight. There was. There were people talking about it. There were cats coming to me. You think it's gonna happen? I'm like, it should. It's supposed to. By the way, I picked Gamboa to stop him, but you know, I didn't give my prediction until they signed anything. They didn't sign anything. Who did Juanma lose to? Did he lose to Orlando Salido or something? I forget. Well, he had like a loss, and it derailed his whole thing. And then Gamboa goes up to fight Bud, and that happened. Then there was a point where they were both, you know, on the decline. He lost to Salido twice, and that was the end of that. You gotta strike when the iron is hot. Because of that, Salido. Y'all want another example of a Salido situation? How do we know Ricardo Mayorga? It's because of Vernon Forrest, right? Didn't see that coming. Now, the HBO, they didn't even know that was going to happen. That was like a showcase. Okay, he done beat Shane twice. He can't lose to this Ricardo Mayorga guy. He's going to style on him, especially since Ricardo Mayorga throws these slapping punches. Well, come to find out, he's heavy-handed. Very heavy-handed. And he went upside his head, and he beat him 2 times in a row. Enter Ricardo Mayorga. Didn't see that coming. See? Now, I would have preferred, now I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. What if, right after the Mosley situation, Vernon Forrest was approached with a Comic-Con's in the building salute? What if he was approached with a Paul Williams fight? Yo, man, forget this Mayorga thing. You and Paul Williams. Forget that, Paul Williams. Yo, listen, I talked to Team Mayweather. Want a Mayweather payday? Skip the Mayorga fight. Forget taking easy money, it could backfire. I could do a whole show about that. Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. Mike Tyson should have been in the ring with Evander Holyfield. He said, I'm going to go to Japan and get this quick money from off of Buster Douglas. And look what happened. Look what happened. The worst case scenario. He down there goofing around in Japan. Buster Douglas was training and his mom died. He was a man on a mission. I talked to a lot of pros that said, yo, look, I don't think if anybody could have beat Buster that night. And I know they're going to talk about the long count. I don't care. He was supposed to be in the ring with Evander Holyfield. Back when Evander had the flat top. The price of being made to wait. Why was there no rematch with Buster Douglas? I'm just asking. But that's a whole nother show. It's a whole other show. So Gamboa versus Juanma Lopez. That was high on my radar. I wanted to see that. Never happened. Never happened. Why? How did we benefit from waiting? And I think Juanma got he had some legal problems. It's just a train wreck. And Gamboa got legal problems. Heard he had like a car accident in Cuba and caused the death of somebody. I mean, come on, man. Terrible stuff. Terrible. What about Sergey Kovalev versus Adonis Stevenson? Here's what I'll say. I don't like Sergey Kovalev. Isaiah, what up? Dirt Gang Boss in the building. Salute. Clay King, what up? But I remember after Kovalev, he beat somebody, and they went to him during the HBO broadcast. They said, yo, look, we just got some interesting news. Adonis Stevenson just jumped networks. She's going to Showtime. And Kovalev said, oh, my God. Kovalev wanted that fight. That fight was right there. Remember they had a little face-off after Adonis knocked somebody out? Remember that? Yeah, Tone, HBO dropped the ball. They were supposed to counter Showtime's offer. Come to find out, they didn't feel that fight between them would save HBO. They knew HBO knew they were dying for a long time. So they said, we ain't gonna invest nothing in this. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna invest no money in this. This is crazy. We ain't doing this. Yeah, Jim Brown, you ain't know Adonis ducked. And I don't like Sergey Kovalev. Now watch this. Here's the business part. He obviously was advised by who? Put the name in the chat who Adonis Stevenson was advised by. Go ahead. Who was he advised by? Go ahead. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There you go, Cedric. Al said, all right, you can stay there where they don't respect black fighters. You see what they're doing. Kovalev, Golovkin, the Klitschko's, Lomachenko, and more to come. You can stay there on a sinking ship. Or you can go to Showtime, because I got Floyd over there. We got Tank coming over there. You may as well go get this money. And he left networks. Now, was it a good move business-wise for him? Yeah, because we saw what happened to HBO after that. They tanked. But the ball was in his court. And guess what? HBO tanked. Well, I'm trying to remember because Adonis ended up getting injured in the ring and his career was over. Trying to remember, did HBO tank first? I don't remember the timeline, but yeah, it was crazy. Now, on a personal note, I don't like Sergey Kovalev, and he's a racist. I remember him, he put that monkey shirt on his child and said, this is Adonis ducking me. Y'all remember that? I remember that. You know, and the fight never happened. Being made to wait. That was the price we paid. As supporters of the sport, that was the price we paid. We never saw the fight. How y'all feel now? I wanted to see Adonis knock Kovalev's head off. Would he have been successful? We'll never know. Adonis was a southpaw, right? He had some knockout power, but Sergey was the killer. But it's okay. Ward got him. It's whatever, man. Okay. This is our favorite one. No, I get the PGH. That's what I just said. HBO didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to match it because you know why? Kovalev versus Adonis. Two things. Kovalev versus Adonis, that fight doesn't move the needle. That wasn't even a pay-per-view fight. That was a Saturday night fight for free. That's number one. Number two, that fight doesn't save HBO boxing. They were already in a rut. That fight don't save it. Number three, F them. They beat me in the head with the Klitschko boys, Lomachenko and Triple G and Kovalev. And if Adonis did knock out Kovalev, you think they want to market another black fighter? They'd be like, damn, here we are trying to do this European invasion thing and this happens. See? So I really don't care. I really didn't care. But we ain't get it. We ain't get it. That's my point. But here's my favorite one. This is when I just started getting involved with, you know, the foolishness online. Wilder versus AJ. Do y'all understand that this rivalry began like around like 2016, 2017, right? Hell, it might be, wait a minute, it might be 2014. It's like 2014, right? 2014, 2015, like that. Do y'all understand it's 2024? Their names began being mentioned in the same sentence in 2014. I'm sure. You know why? 2014, I was still on Facebook. And in fact, yeah, I was still on Facebook. In fact, when AJ lost to Ruiz, I was still on Facebook. I went live on Facebook to troll the UK dudes that were trying to troll me. Pipe down, Chop. Ruiz is not Wilder. I said Ruiz is still American. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ratchet, what up? Yo, Spoolie, what up? I remember that. Do you know it's been a decade? AJ Wilder? You understand? No fight.
Good night.
And I don't care about it. And I don't care about it. I really don't care. I'm done with it, bro. Mission complete. And that right there was the point where I said, you know what? This era of boxing fans, it's not me. These new fans exist in a realm of retardation. I've never seen the debates over this thing. All we were talking about over here was, yo, look, we got an undefeated WBC champion who's acknowledging that he's the B-side. All he wants to do is unify the division, one face, one name, and the other side, all they did was clown that. He says one face, one name. Well, what's funny about that? We have 3 belts, he has 1. Okay, he has the last Infinity Stone. Go get it. AJ does what he wants to do. Yeah, and what he doesn't want to do is fight this guy. Deontay has skinny legs. Okay. Deontay can't sell his hometown of Alabama. They called Alabama a town. I said, okay. You said all of that. He's dark-skinned. He has skinny legs. He can't sell his hometown. He's the brokest boxer you know. They insulted his pockets. You said all of that. Here's what I know. He has the last belt. And you're a big, burly, brown-skinned Adonis. Y'all don't want him to go get this last belt off of this guy that y'all swear is easy work? I don't understand what's happening. And that's when I was introduced to the Miguels within the boxing community. Miguel! Know this now. Things like this, look at the screen. Look at the screen, y'all. Look at the screen. Things like this, I will never let these guys live it down. That's an email literally sent to BFTB. I will never, ever let this go at all. Who has time to make up an email just to troll BFTB and say that? And this was back May 24th, 2019. This your king? Now look, how you get down is how you get down. But for F's sake, dude, I just want you to fight your contemporary. It is now 2024, going on 2025. And we never got the fight. We never got the fight. Whose fault was that? Well, I mean, they even lied about it. Remember this? This is ESPN, y'all. Y'all don't want to listen to us. But this was ESPN, y'all. See that? It's finally happening. That was in 2018. This was. See that? Okay. There you go. Oh yeah, by the way.
Whoa! What the that's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Cambo. Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Cambo. Ah, I see that. See that.
If you get it, you get it. If you understand, you understand. AJ fans taught me that there's a bunch of Batiman running around in boxing. That's all I learned from AJ fans. That's all I learned. I said, why are we talking about I never heard about anyone talking about body parts, about boxers ever until Anthony Joshua. There was let me tell you something. You want prime, great BFTB vintage live streams? Go all the way back to 2018 and just listen. Bro, those dudes from the UK were calling up. Look at his legs, his gum shield, his legs. Look at the abs and I bet he could really hold it down in the bedroom, in his chat, saying things like that, in the chat. And I'm reading it like, oh, no. My phone's about to melt. This is disgusting. I bet he could really pipe it down in the bedroom. I was reading things like, what is this? What is this? And these are the dudes that justify Anthony Joshua not getting in the ring with Deontay Wilder. And all I said, Main Biker, exactly, it was bugged out. Go to BF's channel and scroll all the way down to like 2018, 27, and listen to those live streams, bro. It is disgusting. Those UK dudes, holy cow. It was bad. It was bad. I'm like, yo, these dudes is gay. It's not gay. You're just insecure. No. You sound like a girl. You sound like a girl. Real quick. My boy had to break up with this chick a long time ago. You know she did hair, right? And she'd be like, yo, I got a lot of clients working out of my house. Come to the crib, and then when I'm done working, we can go out. He said every time he went to her crib, she wasn't the only person doing hair. There was like 3 gay dudes there that she was cool with. And then when the hair was be done, now she says, okay, let's all go out and chill. He's like, pause, wait a minute. You told me to come here. I'm sitting here for 2 hours. Now y'all done working with the clients. I'm trying to hang with you. You trying to hang with your girls. I'm not. And he finally spoke to her like, yo, first of all, I'm trying to hang with you. I ain't trying to hang with them. Number 2, why are you trying to mix company like that? Then she tells him, oh, wait, no, why are you insecure? I mean, they ain't into you. What you asked them? They're giving their opinion on me in reference to you. I don't want to be around that. He was like, yo, she did that like 3 or 4 times. He said, bro, nope. I said, bro, she really ain't like you. She really didn't like you. If she didn't understand what you were saying, well, her choice. Because Buddy make like a strong 6 figures. And she chose her broken wrist friends. Ow.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Exactly, Deacon Dollars. That was crazy. But it's just as crazy as these AJ fans. They justified more reasons as to why the fight shouldn't happen, and they were always talking about money. Money, 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 money. And when Eddie Hearn was caught in several lies, he was like, yo, this dude don't want to fight. These boys don't want to fight. D finally walked away from the situation all of a sudden. All of a sudden. And you know what I did say? I said, this is the heavyweight division. Either one of these brothers could lose. And look at where we are now. Now I don't even care. Shamar Rashawn Shalom and the Strong House for over 2 years. My brother, salute. He said, salute, Drew. You speak of the facts. I'm on point. I speak of the facts. I speak of the facts. Speaking of which, Devin versus Tank. Huh? Devin versus Tank. Anyone? Anybody? Anyone? Oh. Anyone want to see it? I mean, Tank fans, listen. I know you think he beats everyone from Devin to goddamn Zilly Zhang. I get it. All I'm saying is, can we see it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. It's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Tank beats everybody from 135 to heavyweight. I get it. He's that good. Can I see it though? Can you make me a believer? Look, move past the fact that I don't like that little nigga. We're talking boxing, right? He beats everyone. Cool, right? Okay, fine. Can we see it though? For real? Can we see it? That's all I'm asking. Yeah, he beats Bud. Right? Who else does he beat? What the hell? He beats Bud. Who else? Brian Norman Jr., right? He was going to fight Keith Thurman at one point. I mean, he called Clarissa Shields out her name. I mean, that wasn't a fight, but, you know, come on. Baltimore, stand up, right? Fix your language, little Tank. Get your language straight. I'm better than you. Black Gun Owners Magazine, salute. Come on, man. Can I see it? Can I see this guy that mops the floor with anybody from 135 to heavyweight? Tank versus Devin. Anybody? Why? What happened? Why are we waiting on that? Mr. A-side. It's the exact same thing with Anthony Joshua. I said he's the A-side. All he got to do is call for the fight. Eddie Hearn at that time, before signing that lifetime deal for whatever that was, he was supposed to tell Eddie Hearn, get me that Wilder fight. Because 100% Wilder was not ducking. Hey, Canelo did it. Drew, what are you talking about? I'll tell you. Let me remind you. Canelo was celebrating a win. He was celebrating a win. He was at the podium, thanking God and everybody else. Oh, word. Rest in power to Sid Vicious, man. The brother passed yesterday, man. That's crazy. Rest in power to Sid Vicious. Heard he had cancer, man. That's horrible. Now, he wasn't saber-toothed. That was another wrestler in the first X-Men named Big Sky. Big Sky played the first Sabretooth. Sid would have been a dope Sabretooth, though. Electric Circus, salute. This don't make no damn sense, y'all. Erislandy Lara invaded Canelo Alvarez post-fight. Pissed him off. And against the wishes of Oscar De La Hoya, he said, no, you get me that fight. And Oscar was like, don't do it. This guy's a problem. This guy provides Floyd Mayweather type of problems for you. I don't like this fight. He said, do what I tell you to do. You work for me. And he did it. And Canelo almost messed up. Most people think that Canelo lost the fight. But he ain't run it back. Because, you know, they don't tell others to do that. That running it back in a close win, that's just something that only black fighters have to do. Canelo told Oscar, get me the fight. So AJ couldn't tell Eddie Hearn, get me the fight. Case closed. Keep it simple. We keep it simple over here. So Tank is the A side. He could have fought anybody and everybody at 135. He ain't fight Shakur. He ain't fight Devin. He ain't fight Lomachenko. Why? And here come the fans. Oh, well, they ain't worth no money. Black fighters don't move the needle. So you fight a bunch of Garcias and Lopez's and Marios and Romero's and then when you do fight Frank Martin, you drain him, right? And then the sales ain't as good and you blaming the fact that you fought another black fighter? Man, shut up, bro. I'm so sick of you niggas. I promise you, I'm just so sick of you. I'm so sick of you. Focus Ball in the building. What up? Ravens Nation, salute. He said, what are you darkies talking about? See what I mean? I'm so sick of you. Hey, look. We could go Devin versus Tank, Devin versus Shakur, Shakur versus Tank. Right? Right? Pick your poison. All these kids are in their prime. Why are they not fighting? I know Devin wants to fight. That's been proven. Devin running around looking for the smoke. And these other fan bases are finding reasons for their fighters not to jump in that ring. Listen, Shakur Sanchez reasons for not fighting Devin Haney. He may as well been possessed by the same demon that possessed Riddick Bowe to throw his belt in the trash. The same idiot demon. You don't take that fight, but you fight Edwin De Los Santos? What? Bro. Jim Brown says, I respect Usyk because he fought everyone all the way. No, he didn't. Did you know he ducked Deontay? He did. He did. He could have fought Deontay. He didn't do it. We were waiting for him. Jim, we was waiting for him in Brooklyn because we knew he was supposed to show up in Brooklyn. When Deontay came out and he fought Robert Helenius, he was supposed to be there. We heard he was coming. I called my Russian friend who used to work for HBO. I said, you know, Usyk's supposed to be in town. He said, oh, yeah? I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll be at the Barclays. I was looking forward to meeting Alexander. I ain't got no problem with him. Freedom's March, salute. I ain't got no problem with Usyk. He ain't show up. I'm looking on my phone. He stopped in California. I said, man, his flight is 6 hours short. What the hell? What's he doing there? Guess he ain't coming here. And when he was asked about fighting Deontay, his response was, because. I was like, what? Because what? Something about Deontay's style that bothered him. but whatever. And I know it's a sexy thing to say for some people to say, hey, man, you know, Usyk beats him, though. You don't know that. You don't know that. Oh, well, he beat AJ twice and he stopped Daniel Dubois. You don't know if he beats Deontay. You know what I know? He could have fought him and he didn't do it. That's what I know. Vernon Forrest couldn't do anything with Ricardo Mayorga and whoop Shane Mosley's ass. Shane Mosley gets in there with Ricardo Mayorga and knocks him out. How does that work? Triangle theories. They don't work. It's life. It's just something that happened. And there was something about Deontay that bothered Usyk. That's why he didn't take the fight. There it is. But salute to Usyk. Played it smart. And guess what? He ain't fight Deontay because he ain't have to. And no one's going to hold that over his head. No one. No one. Just like no one's holding over Vladimir Klitschko's head when he ducked Deontay Wilder. That fight could have happened. If Vladimir forced the issue, he could have made Shelly Finkel make that fight. Shelly Finkel was like, nah, I have vested interest in both these fighters. I'm keeping them away from each other. But Deontay was like, I want the smoke. Vladimir dumping belts. Vladimir saying, hey, no, not dumping belts. Let me be clear. When his brother retired and Bermane Stiverne ended up with the belt, he said, my goal is to bring the belts back to the family. Deontay stops Bermane Stiverne. And he said, I got a belt, Vladimir. And all of a sudden, he don't speak English. Sprechen die Deutsch? Huh? Dr. Iron Fist or Steel Hammer, whichever one you are. What? English, mother ucker, do you speak it? Hey, man. But back to you Tank fans, man. You guys are the hottest thing on the Chitlin circuit. I mean, you guys are just buck tooth shucking and jiving, aren't y'all? I'm asking. Can we get Tank versus Devin? Can we get Shakur versus Devin? Can we get Shakur versus Tank? What's happening? At what weight, though? That's what Coach Cal said, right? But if he fights Isaac Cruz in the rematch, it's going to be at 140. So how you going to fight Isaac at 140? We ain't going to fight Devin at 140. You see, now we keeping it simple, y'all. What are we doing? The price of being made to wait. Now, what happens if he says, you know what, F it. Let me go fight another Latino to fulfill my prime obligation. And he gets in there with Edwin De Los Santos. And Edwin De Los Santos, because he's strong, hits Tank on the top of his head, and he doesn't get his legs back. Now we're like, oh, God. Now he got to go through the headache of rematching him. And if he rematches him and wins, now there's a rubber match. Next thing you know, we'll wait until 2026. We never got Bowe versus Lewis. We never got Jones versus Michalczewski. We never got Gamboa versus Juanma Lopez. We never got AJ versus Wilder. I'm pointing out that we, as supporters of the sport, are suffering. But if you're a dick blower and you love Tank unconditionally, you're fine with everything. He's winning and he has his KO ratio, and that's what's important to you. That's why I brought up early in the show, Robert Ory, Charles Barkley. There's no comparison. But you kids want to pop bottles. How do you pop a bottle in good faith when all you didn't even ride the bench in uniform all season long? You was on injured reserve, which means you had to be dressed in a suit. You didn't even see the floor. Someone from the bench had to get hurt for you to get playing time. If the whole team was healthy all year long, you were just on the bench, not even on the camera. You had to, Mom, I'm on TV tonight. You gotta look all the way to the left and you see me. You're like this. No playing time. You could walk the city and you're just another tall guy. Oh, I played for the Bulls. Where? I was sitting next to Judd Bushler at the end. Oh, that's you in a suit? Oh, that means you make league minimum. Judd Bushler makes more than you. I'm going back, y'all. I'm going to the 90s. Judd Bushler had a hairline on his chest. It's crazy. That's you. But the Bulls won, 72 games? Broke a record, right? Won that season? And you in there popping bottles, pouring it on your suit. Hey! Trade it next year. You got playing time the next year, and it was so disgusting. You had to go back to the D League and everything else. You kids are different. These are the kids that are okay with Tank Davis doing anything and everything not to fight the best around him. So you could tell me he beats everybody. All I'm saying is, cool, show me. You know why I can't say he can't? He ain't fight him. That's all I'm saying. Do y'all understand that? I'm not going to engage with who I think wins. I could pick against him all the time. Let me ask y'all a question. He beats Edwin De Los Santos? Can you say that for sure? Edwin was throwing some heat. Listen, Shakur didn't want to engage with him at all. Edwin knocked out El Rayo. As a matter of fact, instead of Tank entertaining El Rayo, he should be entertaining Edwin De Los Santos and not putting Edwin De Los Santos on Shakur. Shakur beat him already. But you wasn't convinced that. The world wasn't convinced about it. Don't put him in there again and say, I only fight you if you fight him again. You do it. Show him how it's done. Because what if he clips Shakur now? You made him do it. Get in there, show him how it's done. El Rayo lost to this guy already. And he made Shakur look like a clown. Tank, get in there and show him how it's done. And what happens if he mixes it up with Edwin and Edwin lands something? It's possible. It's possible. But Tank fans don't want his man taking the risk. All we're saying is show me. Do y'all understand? What makes me frustrated is the fact that y'all don't want to show anybody. We're saying just show us, man. Show us. You that dude, show us. You got contemporaries. Show us. I knew he was going to beat Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, Rolly Romero. I knew he was going to beat those guys. I don't know if you beat Shakur. I don't know if you beat Devin. I gave you Frank Martin, but then you said, oh, he was drained. Oh, you look drained. I said, motherfucker. Way to go to discredit yourself. But you have enough niggas that love you and ignore that stuff that they don't care. So you're taking your fans' ignorance for weakness. It's an advantage for you. I get it. Your fans are stupid. Stupid as hell. Dumb. But what's the price of being made to wait? My point about bringing up Edwin De Los Santos and Buster Douglas and all this other stuff, Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson, what you don't want is for Tank to go in there and what you think is an easy win and something crazy happen. That's what you don't want. Because it takes away. Let's read this as a family, y'all, because I only got about a few more minutes because I got shit to do. Drew, you think he's going to go his whole career without beating the top of his class? Come on, bro. Well, we're going on year number 5. Where's the Lomachenko fight? Devin been at 135 for 7 years. That fight never happened. Shakur is looking right at him right now. The A side ain't calling for it. Brothers UK, salute. So you could talk to me about what the future may look like, but you don't know. No one knew AJ was going to go in there and lose to Andy Ruiz. No one knew that. No one knew that Deontay Wilder was going to get cheated by Tyson Fury all that time. No one knew. Detroit, what up? No one knew that. Jose, what up? No one knew that. You don't know if Tank is going to go in his next fight and get cheated. You don't know that. You don't know that. Stop giving me hypotheticals. I'm looking at the facts. Am I wrong for saying prove to me you're the best by stopping your contemporaries? He's not doing it. What he's doing is robbing the bank. No, I'm sorry. He's making a withdrawal. He's making a withdrawal. He's walking in the front door and say, give me your money. And Delano, you're paying for it. You're paying for it. I'm just saying fight your contemporaries, make me a believer. Did you think, Delano, because you're 50 years old, allegedly, right? You're 50 years old, but you was born in 1975. Did you think that Ricardo Mayorga was going to stop burning forests? Did you think that? I did not. Did you think Roy Jones Jr. was going to get knocked out in the second round by Antonio Tarver? Did you think that Buster Douglas was going to knock out Mike Tyson? I can go on and on. Did you think Riddick Bowe was going to throw his belt in the garbage instead of fighting Lennox Lewis? Delano, I'm not doing this. Not with you, not today. You can't even tell me how old you are, dude. You're a liar. Steve Elder Mack, my brother, salute. Thank you, Brandon Shamal. Michael Jordan said, if you're the best, prove it. He hasn't proven shit to me. Tank hasn't proven shit. Canelo versus Benavidez, anyone? And watch this, Delano. And I'm going to end on this point. Enter Turki Al-Sheikh, who shut everything down. Did he not tell your man Tank, I got $50 million for you versus Devin Haney? And what did Tank do?
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.